This was an earlier attempt at trying to describe exactly what a magic hybrid number cube does, and it's a little bit too messy, and I didn't really get into it here. But this is something I'm going to try to get into a little bit better. First of all, this is a magic ghost number cube, and it has a central ghost number, and the primary numbers added together in this case in addition form. If it was multiplication, it'd be multiplication together, all multiplied together. But the primary numbers added together in this form. Primary numbers, blue, are all randomly selected. That's what separates this magic ghost number from a magic hybrid number cube. These are, well, it follows a sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the best way I've understood to try to study these, is to give them a sequence and see if there's any patterns, any deviations from what I've previously studied on them. But so the primary numbers, always in blue, how I write them, added together gives 21. So that's the magic ghost number, central ghost number. With these primary numbers, right here, there's no directionality to the cube. There's no 1 plus 21 equals 4. Or is there a 4 plus 21 equals 1? There's no directionality to any of these inner equations. They're not equations, even they're just randomly selected numbers added to give the central ghost number, which in this case in a cube is 3 times gives the outer ghost numbers through these inner purple ghost numbers, which I refer to the whole addition of these cubic octants and diagonals that equal these outer ghost numbers. I call these the numerical mechanics of this inner cube and of the outer cubes, but they're just added together directly. No correspondence between two different diagonal numbers. They're just the outer shell, the outer octant added all together to get 63. With this, it's a combination of these inner octants, which produce these inner ghost numbers that give 63. So that's all the numerical mechanics of the inner and outer cubes. So this is another magic ghost number cube, and it's central ghost number again. And it's 42. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. And so that's just another example. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Now this is a magic hybrid number cube, and it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it includes a central ghost and real numbers. A real number simply refers to the centermost number that makes the equation true. There is a directionality to the magic hybrid number cube, and the secondary numbers, orange, produce real equations too. Like 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. I drew them up right here. To give you a feel for the secondary numbers in orange and the planes they have that produces these equations. They don't go straight through. They just produce these plane-linear equations bouncing off of the central real number, 7 in this case. And so back to these again. There's an output vector right here. In this case, the central ghost number is thought to exist on the innermost cube walls, pushed out by the central real number. In a sense, it's become more ghostlier. The primary numbers exist. The ghost number exists on the walls, while the real number exists inside. So it's, in a sense, more ghostlier. There's a proportionality to these. 3 is a real number. 63 or 21 is the ghost number. And 63 is the outer ghost numbers. 21 and 63. Some sort of proportional relationship. And there's the directionality. I put plus and equals to give the directionality of these equations. And here's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 and the magic hybrid number cube. And well, there's the output vector. It's a combination of the directionality of all these equations, including all the secondary number equations that verge onto this corner. Gives a single output. With magic ghost number cube, there's no directionality. It all radiates from the center. But with equations in here, it enforces some sort of built-in directionality that gives a single output. And but there's no apparent relationship, proportional relationship between the real ghost number and the outer ghost number, or the central ghost number, because 21 and 42 aren't the same thing. It's half, really, but so, and I haven't entirely figured out all this, but there's the directionality. Let me go back here again. If this stops on me. Okay, well, I just want to end this and say I included a link to a previous attempt, though I didn't know it at the time, a previous attempt at forming equations with the central ghost number in mind to make a real number. But instead of really doing that, and I'll explain the description to this, instead of doing that, I simply added the ghost number, and just the property showed up in the commutative outer commutative property of the cube. And I'll include that video link in the bottom of this description. Well, thanks a lot.